How's it going, Sha?
Not bad. Wait, hold on. Before I hit you with the not bad. Yeah, okay. Not bad. Not bad. Yeah.
I love that you have to calculate. I like that, you know?
No, I
You never
do.
know.
Sometimes I'm not sure if I'm out of the woods yet.
It can swing either way on anything, you know?
It really can. But yeah, I think I'm doing okay, or at least however it is I'm doing, I can deal with it.
Okay.
And sometimes that's all we ask for.
That's all you can do. Sincerely.
Yeah.
That's what life is, you know? I am
Mhm.
I have to tell you, I'm a little proud of myself.
Oh, well, when are you
Yeah.
not a little proud of yourself? What a way to start this. I got to tell you, I'm exactly where I am always, all the time.
Feeling great, you know?
Uh-huh.
I for two reasons. One, you know, I have a lot of things that got thrown on my plate lately that several of them were last minute, several of them were potential things that could have happened, I knew might happen, but weren't a guarantee. More
Okay.
of those things than not ended up landing on my plate.
All right.
But I have been doing the work ahead of time, Sha.
Oh, well, I'm proud of you too. Before you even get to the details, I'm proud of you for doing the work ahead of time.
Yo, straight up, I got like 2 writing deadlines. I have a home project. I have a thing a thing for my dad that I've been trying to execute. And
Mhm.
I had to do some cleaning in the home. Admittedly, in my opinion, that shouldn't have been on the list, but Gabby is very like, yo, this is getting done. So I like staying married, so I added that to the
Sure.
same priority level.
Right, right.
Cool. All of those things was getting knocked out as they came, Sha. Like, I was being asked to do a task. My normal instinct is like, okay, cool. Let me feel that out. Tell me when it's due, and I'm gonna get in an exasperated mood to do it like about an hour before.
Okay. All right.
But no, new and improved Gastor has been doing it as it shows up. You know, some of
Wow.
them aren't done, but they're like, I'm further along in the process of getting them done than I've ever been.
Wow.
Yeah, like
Well,
sincerely,
that's great.
I've surprised myself. Like it's been dope,
That's wonderful. And you're going to get to stay married and everything?
crazy. You know,
That's
surprises
great.
me every day. You know.
What were some of the things? Were they very labor intensive or were they
That's kind of, so it was a mixture. I would say some of them were physically demanding, like I needed to like move stuff to do it. In particular the home stuff.
Mhm.
Some of them were annoying things that I had put off before because they were favors that weren't for me. But let me explain.
Okay.
They were favors that like I feel like I shouldn't have to do because there's other people that should be doing them. You
Gotcha.
know,
Uh-huh.
like I won't get into the specifics, but like
Mhm.
when a family member asks me to do a favor
Mhm.
and they live with 4 qualified people to do the same favor,
Okay.
that throws me off a bit. But I
Like, why
did
didn't
the
you ask any of them?
yeah, you know, like
Right.
in particular when like the thems are people they made, you know, like they should be more invested in your success, you know?
Gotcha. Mhm.
But yeah, you know, I took those, you know.
Yes, and may I say you're taking them with such grace.
The
You
max. It might not be the max possible, but it's the max
right,
I can muster. Okay.
right. So that's impressive.
You know, admittedly, I give them grace, but I make sure to show my true feelings to the people that should have been doing it. So I
Mhm.
still think I'm in the right, you
Okay.
know?
As
I
long
Like
As
the
long as
person that's
people,
getting the favor done, they just get the favor.
right.
But like the person that should have done this favor, I make
Mhm.
sure they get my energy.
Okay. All
You
right.
know?
Well, as long as the people who need the favors are getting the favors done and you still think you're in the right, sounds good to me.
2 for 2, baby.
That's all. That's kind of all you can hope for, I
That's
think.
it. I'm
Yeah.
trying. I feel like it's a good deed, and I'm also teaching a lesson to other people. Like, yo, for real, this got to come on, you know?
Okay.
Yeah,
I don't know how many lessons should start with come on for real, but I mean, I guess
I
the
actually think.
most important ones
Wait, come on,
maybe.
for real. Yeah, that's how I talk. That's how every conversation with my kid starts.
Oh wow.
And then I would say there were like 4 that were like uh comedy creative related, 2 of
Mhm.
them requiring writing for a performance, and 2 of them like packet type things.
Hmm.
So like, those aren't like small, and they're both
Right.
very specific to the shows.
Right. Right.
So they're not all done, but they're all started, and they're all
Oh,
further along than I ever would have been with this stuff at this
that's
point.
good. Good
Yeah.
for you. You saying that reminded me that there's a packet in my email that I mean I looked at but
Okay.
and then I closed the email. So, I it's a slow night tonight. So maybe I'll just open that email up again and see. Now what was that?
And this
Oh
is
boy.
so I don't know how this stuff works at all,
Mm.
but I
Mhm.
want you to know what I've been saying to myself as my rallying cry.
Okay.
Okay. Every time I think about sitting down, I just tell myself either Mercury is retrograding or it could be if you wanted it to.
Well, as it turns out, it is retrograding.
Boom.
Good for you. Good for you. But I will tell you this. I'm coming up off of uh perhaps one of the wilder months of my life.
Okay.
Um in that like in the past month I've been to another part of the planet. And that's a little while to wrap your head around. And then came back, dealt with wackiness while I was over there, came back to wackiness, had to go to Austin, Texas, and then come back. And I mean, there are plenty of people who travel for work and they are used to this kind of thing. But for someone who literally just got their passport last year, this is a lot. Um, and things were going just horribly wrong. Things were going kind of horribly wrong a little bit. Some of the things were in a way where I was just like, well, we'll see what happens. And but I knew that it would eventually reach its conclusion, and it did earlier this week. And so now I kind of don't want to do anything. Or I don't want to do anything like comedy relate, you know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
it was all pertaining to comedy. And I don't really have anything on the books for May, really. Except for the classes that I teach and whatever reoccurring shows that I have.
Yeah.
And I almost want to leave it that way and just be like, yeah, no, I don't want to tell jokes. I'm not happy with what I've been saying on stage.
Mm.
And I want to step away from it for a hot second. And I feel like I've said that before and then still ended up doing more comedy than what I meant. But,
Right.
you know, but you know how it is when you step away from comedy. If you don't do comedy for 2 weeks and then you go back up, you are terrible. Like you've completely forgotten how to do comedy. And so there's always that fear. But right now I'm like, I'll relearn. I got to stop. I'll relearn if I
You
have
got
to.
I like that. I like to step away. I think it's important.
Yeah.
I am I'm going away in July and like for like a week.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going and like that was Gabby's rule that like, yo, you don't do jokes over there, you know? So
Right.
like I'm telling myself that like, yo, I like told myself that rule,
Mhm.
and like I've embraced it. And I do think there's positives to that. I think you need moments like that of like stepping away,
Well, I
giving it
mean, you
some
should live a
space.
life. You should
Yeah.
live a life, and so that is maybe my goal. Although I can't really imagine what kind of life I'm supposed to live. You know what I mean? Like, how do you decide? All right, well, this month I'm not going to do anything, and I'm going to live all the life possible within these 4 weeks, and then I'm going to come back and I'm going to have lots to say about it. Are you? Are you? What's the problem? So I don't
I know
really
why I
know what.
pictured you fishing, homie. You're like,
I don't know why you pictured that either. That's never going to be a thing. Me fishing.
that'd
No
be
way.
great.
Unless you mean picking out tilapia fillets at the grocery store. I'm not on a boat. I'm not on a boat. Mm-mm.
You could do it on the side, like they got the little
Yeah,
fences.
but that's boat adjacent. I feel like it's by water. Why am I by water? That's unclear. If
We
I'm
got to
by
find you
water,
something to do then, Sha.
yeah, I'll find. I'm sure I'll find something. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, even if it's just sitting on my couch and staring into space, I haven't had a chance to do that very much. So I may miss that.
Sha,
Uh,
I've always been curious. Do you have like a visual art you do? Like, do you paint or like take photos?
I used to take photos. In fact, my 1 year of college, which I call my gap year, it was actually I was in school to be a photo. It was a photo major.
Okay.
Is why I went. And I don't know what I was going to do with it. I guess I was just going to take pictures of trees forever.
Okay.
You know, and but that means, like, you know, I learned in high school darkroom stuff, how to build a darkroom and develop pictures in a darkroom and all that kind of stuff. And I did that even after dropping out of college. There were a couple of places in Atlanta where you could just bring your film or like develop your film, but then still print out your stuff, like going into a dark room and deciding what you're going to print and all that kind of stuff. And then I lived in a house with a lot of other people. And one of those other people was a friend from high school who was also into photography. So he built, the place had 2 kitchens. I don't know. I don't know why the house had 2 kitchens. So in the front kitchen that nobody used, he built a dark room. So we printed stuff in there. But that's been quite some time. And, you know, I have my old camera here that I think with a little checking on it, maybe changing out the one battery it takes, because it's all manual. It's all nothing digital about it. It's all manual. But I think I need a camera for the light meter, the built-in
Yeah.
light meter, or I need a battery for the built-in light meter. I may give that a shot, but I feel like my eye is gone. My eye is completely different. So I don't know if I have the eye for it anymore. Other than that, I can't really draw a number out of a hat. Like not
Like,
really. But what I have done is I will draw these kind of ink blots, or at least an outline of like an ink blot, or just
okay.
some sort of random thing, and then occasionally color in that with crayons. So I have like a not even a 64 pack, like 114 crayon pack, Crayola pack,
Okay.
and a bunch of blank paper that I bought right when COVID hit, because I was like, this is stressful and I'm going to need to color. And I don't like those adult coloring books. I'll just color whatever I want to color.
Hell yeah.
But that is it. No one really sees that. You know, I'm not even, I think my photographs are in storage from high school. Like otherwise I don't really do anything else.
Okay. I'm trying to find you a hobby, homie. You know what I mean? Like, because like I found that like doing other art without the pressure of putting it out like helps relax me. So like I make really terrible rap beats, and I went down like a street photography rabbit hole one year, and bought way too much equipment. Like I have like a Ricoh GR3. It's like $1,000 camera that I've used terribly over the years. And like I definitely should not have this. Every time like someone really into that sees it, they're like, "Yo, let me see your stuff," and I'm like, "Nah, like it's not worthy of what I'm carrying here." But like the act of going out on a walk, where I leave my phone home and I just purposely focus on taking what I hope are good pictures, but I instantly know were not good pictures. But
Right.
the process of doing that, like, relaxes me. So I was trying to
Okay.
find like a shot version of that. Like, I'm like, real talk, I'm always surprised you don't do like the outfit of the day shit that like was trending and shit on like TikTok. Cause you
Oh.
always got like to your point, like I'm always doing a thing. You know what I mean? As you say. So like you got like a super shy look. You know, so
Yeah,
you could do like a
the
picture thing.
reason I don't is because when I am faced with it in the mirror, I doubt it. So it has to be
Oh,
a feeling. But when I see myself in the mirror, I just see my flaws or my perceived flaws. And so it'll never be whatever picture I take of myself in a mirror is never what I think I might be seeing. And instead, all I'm seeing is just like, oh, that is what a horrible outfit, or man, you're big, or just all kinds of terrible things. So I try to stay out of mirrors altogether.
Shy, you look dope, homie. You like
I
sincerely, you
have to,
crushed that
I
game.
rather just believe in my head that it looks good
Okay.
than see it and go, oh no, this is someone trying to pull off a thing. I'd rather just believe in my head that I pulled it off and
Okay.
then go out about my business. Because if I see myself, then I'm going to see what I'm attempting.
Yeah.
And I will be upset that I did not pull it off, even though whatever it is I'm attempting is not, there's no way I could pull it off, because I buy pants and based on how it looks in the ad.
Yeah.
And I'm always mad when I put the pants on, because I'm like, I don't understand. These pants were supposed to take 20 pounds off of me. Why didn't they? Right? Isn't that what these pants were supposed to do? No, that's not
Okay.
what they were supposed to do. They were just supposed to be pants. And so that is something that I continue to, even while still feeling okay about how I look. I still, I don't know if it'll ever be at 100%, but because of that, I try not, like, outfit of the day. I just know, especially if I were to post that somewhere, nah,
Oh
because
man.
it's too. I just, and just putting yourself out there on the internet anyway, on any sort of like, this is how I look tip,
Yeah.
and being a woman and not being whatever is considered conventionally attractive, it's a wrap. You already know, all the mentions are in shambles. All the comments are in shambles. Everything's going to be in shambles.
Yo, real
So,
talk. I know you don't like them, but I want to hug you right now, Shot. Like,
oh,
yo, that's wild. Like, yo, for real, you have a genuine talent for putting together like super unique, specific to you, dope looks that like I don't think anyone else can pull off. And I think that's fire. That's a gift. I'm sorry you feel that way about them. Like,
I mean,
every time I see like you, yeah,
I
like I
like
see,
the
I'm like, this is
outfit.
fire.
You
Yeah,
know,
like,
I'm happy with what I've gathered in my life and put together and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I just gotta. That's a place where I'm like, I just gotta stay in my head, because
okay,
it's better in there than if I see
okay.
it out in the world.
Alternative plan.
Huh.
What if you started taking pictures of your cat's life?
Oh, who wants to? Oh no,
I
actually, I
find your
can't even
cat
say
very,
that.
yeah, I was gonna say your cat stories are phenomenal.
I was gonna
Hey,
say, who wants to see that? But everybody wants to see anything
yeah,
about a cat.
takes the pressure
I,
off of you. The cats
true.
love
I mean,
attention,
the thing is, my phone is full of photographs that I've taken,
right?
either of the cat, of um, like I went to the botanical gardens while I was in Melbourne, and I took a lot of pictures of a lot of plants and a lot of trees. And I have not really posted many of those anywhere, because I'm like, I don't know who's going to really want to see these trees that look like veins and arteries and tendons. but it's fascinating to me. I've got all of that. My phone is full of it. I think I have a cloud somewhere full of this shit. But I'm sure I filled up a couple of clouds with photographs of things that, no one really sees. I just kind of flip through. So, there's that. But I don't know. I mean, honestly, it's probably the most hidden thing that I do is dancing around.
Okay.
And
yeah,
I would take
fire.
a dance class, but man, have you tried to take a beginners only dance class in New York City? It is not a beginners only anywhere else. I took a beginners tap class a few years ago because when I moved here, I moved with my tap shoes. I'm not good. I started taking tap classes when I was 30. Right. And I took them for a few years. So I'm about as good as someone who took tap classes in her youth and then broke both knees and is just trying to move around again. That's kind of where I am on my tap journey. But I'm like, I know what things are. And I know once I get to moving around, I can do stuff. And I was like, let me just take this adult beginning tap class. And I was just like, oh, so what? Y'all are just, you haven't been on Broadway in 5 years? Is that what this is? This is y'all beginning again? The fuck? What are you doing? Why are all the women in here in high heel tap shoes? Why am I the only woman on flat tap shoes? Boo.
I gotta tell you, I am 100% certain you should take those 2 weeks off or May or whatever you were planning. I think you got a lot of things to explore.
Yeah, I guess so.
Time off, therapy. Whatever you
wherever my travels take me. To therapy, to more therapy.
Let's put it out there, you know what I mean? But
oh boy.
Oh man. But yeah. I can tell you from the outside, it looks like your life is put together.
Yeah. I work hard. I work hard to make it seem that way. That's where most of my energy goes.
At the beginning of the episode, I wasn't sure why you were calculating. Now I get it. I see exactly how close.
It's a lot. It can be a lot, yes.
Let's get into the news.
Okay.
I am victorious. This might have been the news article
that was sent to us the most.
Shared. Yo, I cannot tell you how many people wanted to share this joy with me.
I don't know if it was joy or just the news, my man.
Yo, nah, because people was like, yo, Gastor, I got something for you. Whenever they sent That's right, y'all. Kicking off the news this week. Homeware giant, not no more, Bed Bath & Beyond has filed for bankruptcy. That's right. I'm going to add clapping sound effects for the first time ever on the show, right on that part. Or some Noriega's joint. The once dominant home goods retailer, Bed Bath & Beyond, has filed for bankruptcy protection for months of losing shoppers and money. The company, which also owns Bye Bye Baby, oh my God, just terrible decisions after terrible decisions, has struggled to regain its financial footing after a series of turnaround attempts that prove to be mistimed or ineffective. The retailer says its 360 Bed Bath & Beyond stores and 120 Bye Bye Baby stores remain open but will shutter over time. Starting Wednesday, April 26th, the chain will stop accepting coupons. Oh no, that's literally the day before this comes out, so it's over once you hear this. They'll stop. Yo. No coupons and no discounts. And all sales will be final. Gift cards are expected to stay valid till May 8th. Yo, who the fuck dislikes you so much that they gave you a gift card to Bed Bath & Beyond, B?
Are you kidding me? If someone gave me a Bed Bath & Beyond gift card, I would have been in there the next day. Absolutely.
Somebody hates y'all. with
That's
free.
pure love. I've given them, I've received them, and I've given them. I'm going to miss it. I'm going to miss it.
We appreciate that our customers have trusted us through the most important milestones in their lives, from going to college to getting married to settling into a new home and having a baby. The company said in an email to shoppers on Sunday, "We have initiated a process to wind down operations." Poor Bed Bath & Beyond.
Look, just because you don't need those weird little knickknacks doesn't mean they weren't necessary.
Yo, that is literally what the whole store business model is. Unnecessary shit. That's the whole business model.
There were plenty of things that were necessary. They were just overpriced. Lots of things. I mean, look, I can't say that I'm not going to run by one and see what kind of pots and pans we talking that are left over. Okay? Because they had so many pots and pans. Maybe I'll buy a weird shaped pillow. I'm okay with it. You know, a spatula that's only for grilled cheese sandwiches. I'm all right with it. I'm absolutely okay with this.
Literally nothing you've described is necessary, by the way. None of those things.
It all is.
They specialized in making necessary things have unneeded features, okay? That was their gift, okay? No pot needs Bluetooth, okay? It's insanity. Keep that place closed. It is trash. It is the worst business model ever, okay? I'm so happy to see this shit fail. You know?
Pot needs Bluetooth is merch. I'm writing that down right now. No pot needs...
I've never seen a place with so many fucking pothead ideas come to reality. Know what I mean? Like Bed Bath & Beyond. It cannot exist anymore, B. Fucking scales that tell you how much you'd weigh in Mars. I don't give a shit. I'm fat here. Okay?
Oh my God. I loved all of that shit. Now, did I take any of it home? Very little of it, because who could afford that? It was overpriced. Absolutely. Which I guess is why the coupons never expire, because everything was overpriced. But they had, like, if you could find a thing, they had it, you know, and things that you were just like, what? Where would I even find that? Bed Bath & Beyond.
Straight up.
Every time. Only thing the little thing to snuff out the candle. I would have never found that anywhere except going back in time. Just out a candle with all those little bells on a stick. I literally would have needed a time machine, but I didn't need one because there was Bed Bath & Beyond. I'm gonna miss you, boo. Now, bye, baby. I don't know if that's a terrible store, but I do know that's a terrible name, because that's BUY, baby. And why are we putting the capitalistic view into the baby?
Yeah.
Like, let the baby chill for a second before we're like, bye, baby. You know, like, cut it out.
I've never been happy to see a store close.
Yeah.
This is sincerely great news. The only community I see that, like, they cater to, admittedly, are like the Bushwick newly polyamorous, because they had really weird like pillow bed collections that like catered to couples with like 7 members. You know, like, yo, you want like a queen bed set with 7 pillowcases and 2 covers? Yo, they had you covered. They had weird shit like that. There was one off. And I think that's beautiful that they like were that, you know, they had that much foresight and inclusivity in their product models. But that is also like a product that has a demand of 3 people, you know?
No, they had all kinds of stuff. They had one of those head scratcher thingies that you could put on your head and it would scratch your head and it looked like a claw. Come on. Classic stuff. Classic stuff.
These all sound like gags, yo. Like, none of this shit sound real. Who's buying this shit, yo?
Someone is. I mean, they made it.
Not enough. Not enough people, clearly. Somebody is not. That is why it's shutting down.
No, it's because I think it's honestly, the store was chugging along fine. And I think the powers that be fucked it up somewhere. Is kind of what made it. Because I think they switched CEOs, and then that CEO tried to change it in some way, and it's like, yo, it's been a weird high-end flea market for decades. Don't fuck anything up. If anything, expand the number of Yankee candles you get, and then we're good. But don't mess up anything else. There are people who like this kind of shit, and they can't find it anywhere else. And I think that new CEO came in and was just like, what if we made it like a Target? And we're like, we already have a Target. It's literally right next door. They're always right next door to each other. Stop it. And I think that's where, and also there was something with stockholders where they were, I don't know, something with the stocks that was putting lots of money in the stockholders' pocket, but not in the employees' pocket, of course. So, I think business-wise, people came in who didn't know what the fuck they were doing, and they didn't leave well enough alone. Because this could have been chugging along just fine, but nah, they had to fuck with everything. Now, where am I going to get a hat rack that also steams your coats? I'm never going to get that anymore.
You never were. You never were. Let this place close down like it's supposed to, okay? Go back to being a receiving section for Costco. Like, you're not necessary, okay? Better stores need the storage space.
That's all right. From the ashes, Bed Bath & Beyond. From the ashes, grow greatness. You are a phoenix. You are a phoenix.
Oh, man. In other news, after 56 long years, McDonald's is changing its most loved sandwich. That's right. Sometimes you can't come up with an idea and it grows into more than an idea. Sometimes it becomes an icon far beyond anything you could have dreamed of. Case in point, McDonald's and the double-decker sandwich it rolled out 56 years ago to compete with its biggest rival. That's right, the Big Mac. But guess what? Apparently, they're changing the recipe. This week, McDonald's announced that it's going to change the Big Mac, making what it calls small but tasty improvements. Softer, pillowy buns that are freshly toasted to a golden brown. Perfectly melted cheese. I wonder what it was before. Which McDonald's head chef Chad Schaefer says results from tweaking our process. Juicier, caramelized flavor from adding white onions to the patties while they're still on the grill.
Oh.
Even more of everyone's favorite Big Mac sauce, although I'm not sure whether this means putting more sauce on the sandwich or changing the sauce somehow to bring more tangy sweetness in every Big Mac bite. But yeah, this is like big news. This is the first time the sandwich is being changed in over half a century.
Okay, here's the thing. This is lovely. Great. Mm-hmm. Pillowy buns, perfectly melted cheese. Ugh, okay. Onions on the patty while they're still cooking, which, I guess they could do all of those things. None of this means anything if they're not willing to consider our idea of putting a chicken patty on the fucking Big Mac.
Long overdue.
Long over. You want to shake the table, Mickey? Put a fucking chicken patty on that.
Game changer. You already got the product.
Everything is there. Everything is there. Be like Taco Bell. Fucking throw that over there. See what that does.
Take out middle bun, throw in the hash brown. Let's get crazy.
Ooh, wow. See, come on now. Look at you. Yeah, we got to shut it down. No more ideas. If y'all ain't going to listen to us, we giving you gold. Come on. What?
Y'all ain't ready for me, okay?
No.
Make me CEO when he's only I could have saved Bed Bath & Beyond, okay? I got the ideas.
Okay. Uh-huh. Yep. Man.
I'm ready for this, Sha. I'm ready for this. I every time I look at this, I'm like, yo, y'all are chugging along too slow here. Okay, this is a move that should have been happened.
Too slow. I just read a piece in the New Yorker magazine about Taco Bell and how they come up with their different new food capers and like the test kitchen and the people who are behind like coming up with they spoke with the woman who came up with the Crunchwrap Supreme and how hard it was to figure out like what layer, like she was like, I know I want crunch into the soft wrap, but it's like, how do we get it to wrap Like, how do we fold a tortilla around it so that it wraps in a way that you can handle it with one hand and eat it while driving? Because that's very important. They test everything to be eaten while driving around. Once they made drive-throughs such a big part of their business.
Yeah.
And then how do you get it to stay folded? How do you get it done quickly? Because people are like, hey, this is fast food, hurry up. And then make sure you have all the flavors in each bite and all kinds of like this kind of food science that happens. And I fucking love reading about that shit. Even though I don't even like Taco Bell. And I was like, this is exciting. Like it's great. It's great. It's in like the most recent New Yorker, I think, either this week or last week's, but it's really interesting how they figured out the Dorito, the Dorito shell taco, because they're like, okay, how do we get the taste in there? How do we get it so that it's not a lot of orange on people's fingers when they eat the taco, unlike how they do it with the chip? Like, there's so much you got to figure out on that. And this, all they did was just like, oh, we got new buns. Get the fuck out of here. We figured out how to melt our cheese.
He didn't even say different slice of cheese. He just said,
no.
cheese. We haven't been putting it in the microwave before.
Like that's not like really I think there's such a chance. They just keep adding stuff. I mean, there are so many McDonald's where they have like pizza and wings and shit. And I'm like, how are y'all doing that? Like, I don't think I'd try that, but that's wild that you figured that out.
Come on,
like,
B.
Come on.
Your resources to something better. Improve the product, okay? Less is more sometimes. Focus on less products, make them better.
And then limit it like a McRib. Yeah. You only get the Big Mac chick, the Big Chick Mac, whatever you want to call it.
And boom.
And only for like a month. 2 months out of the year.
Create buzz, baby. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Come on now, McDonald's. We shouldn't have to tell you this. You used to be kings of this shit.
Come on, man. Slacking off.
Yeah.
Bring the clown back too.
Yeah. Come on. Wrap Grimace up into this. Come on now. Have a new sidekick with the Hamburglar who's out here stealing chicken sandwiches or chicken nuggets or something. Well, you should have been doing that. That's 30 years right there. You could have been doing that.
We just gave you the product, the marketing plan.
Come on, B. Jesus.
You're welcome, okay? Checks in the mail, I hope.
Yeah, cut it. Cut that check.
In other news, Desiigner charged with indecent exposure after allegedly masturbating on a plane. That's right. Whoa. Yo.
I'm sorry. That's not funny. That's not funny.
Desiigner announced on Tuesday that he's making good on his plan to admit himself to a mental health facility, going into a facility today. Thanks for all the prayers, says the rapper. Desiigner is being charged with indecent exposure after he allegedly exposed himself on a plane and masturbated in front of flight attendants. Authorities claim that the Panda rapper exposed his penis while in first class during a Delta flight last week. Flight attendants noticed he was pleasuring himself and was told to stop multiple times. Eventually, Desiigner was asked to move to the back of the plane so he could be monitored by two people he was traveling with. The FBI affidavit pertaining to the incident said that a jar of Vaseline was found in the aisle of the plane after he moved.
Nigga, stop.
Real talk, I deserve awards for keeping my face semi-serious during reading that whole thing. Yeah, that was incredible, yo.
Okay, let's just okay. Okay. There's a lot here.
Yeah.
And I'm just reading ahead, and there's still a lot.
There's still more.
God. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, we'll finish reading if you want to finish reading, or I will read it if you can't.
Go on.
Oh, read it? Okay. When Desiigner spoke with the authorities upon landing in Minneapolis, he allegedly said he, quote, didn't really get much cootie, end quote. During his visit to Japan, according to legal documents, Desiigner told them that he was, quote, brick hard, end quote, when he got to his seat for the flight. He said one of the flight attendants aroused him, and he said he, quote, kind of showed her the magic stick as encouragement, end quote. During his interview with the FBI, he did not appear to be under the influence, although he did say he wasn't taking any medication that was prescribed to him while in Thailand. In a statement released last week ahead of reports of the charges he's facing, he apologized for his actions. Quote, for the past few months, I have not been okay, and I've been struggling to come to terms with what is going on. While overseas for a concert, I performed at, I had to be admitted into a hospital. I was not thinking clearly. They gave me meds and I had to hop on a plane home. I am ashamed of my actions that happened on that plane. I landed back in the States and am admitting myself in a facility to help me. I will be canceling all of my shows and any obligations until further notice. Mental health is real, guys. Please pray for me. If you're not feeling like yourself, please get help. Sincerely, Desiigner. That okay. So where do we even begin to call the bullshit on this?
Oh my God. And to be clear, this is hysterical except for what happened to that the young lady on the staff. Like that is completely like disturbing. No one should have to deal with that shit. That is crazy.
Right.
With that said, Desiigner, like this is comedic throughout that you think that people are gonna fall for this shit.
Like, what are you talking? That was all a word salad that I just read. His statement that he put on IG. That was a statement he put on IG. That's just like, give me a break. Because you know what you're doing. He clearly knew what he was doing. So then it's like, if we're following his logic of his statement, he was not feeling right. So he went to a doctor and they gave him meds, but then he had to get on the plane. And since he hadn't taken the medicine, he was hard on the plane. What was the medicine? What were the problems? What is happening? Like what? Give me a break. And then his use of mental health. So here's my problem. Ever since we've started to truly acknowledge in the GP, in the general population, the importance of being like taking care of yourself, mind, body, and soul, right? People have just been throwing out mental health as like a catch-all for anything. And like, I don't think mental health is the reason that you were on rock on the plane. You already gave us the reasons. You didn't get none in Japan. And I guess you didn't have time to deal with any of that. And you thought that the flight attendant was attractive. That ain't got nothing to do with your mental health.
At all.
Right. So to say, hey, mental health is real and go to a place that is all nonsense. Mental health is real, guys. Pray for me. What is that? What is that? Get the fuck out of here, Desiigner.
So, what are we praying for exactly? That you get buns? A cootie part of it? Please, Desiigner. You know what I mean? Yeah. Please, God, let Desiigner get more cootie on the road. You know what I mean? So that he can mentally...
Yeah. On top of, the biggest... the hugest problem is that you call it cootie. Get the fuck out. You're a grown man. Aren't you? Is he? I don't know.
He has to be over 30. Over 30, you can't be saying cootie.
Yeah, you can't. Also, I don't know how fast you had to rush to the airport to get on the plane. But I'm imagining planes still have bathrooms.
Yeah.
If push came to shove or pull came to tug, you can't do that shit in the bathroom? Tell me, I know you're a man. There's no way you haven't rubbed one out in the bathroom before. You could probably do it. Like I feel like you could have at least done that. Those are a couple. Those are issues there. Another issue, my man, we using Vaseline. What
Yo,
is that? That I don't know. That just seems wild that you had that.
you had a
Huh?
tub. You had a
Yeah, like a tub of Vaseline. What
yo,
you? Where was that in your carry-on? What?
yo. They found a tub rolling around on the floor. A
Come
tub,
on.
my G.
Oh
Also,
my
like,
God.
yo, like I listen. I've never had to masturbate so much that I had to do it in public. So I don't know what that's like. You know,
Yeah, like that.
like I don't know what
That's
that is.
wild.
That is so wild to me. But like, you know, people are different. Fine, you got your urges. You used to consistent cootie. You know, I don't know what kind of mental stress going from cootie on the regular to no cootie could put on a man. You know, but when said cootie goes away and you feel like you can't control the urge to masturbate on this plane, I would assume when someone says, yo, stop masturbating on the plane, that you would no longer want to masturbate. Like,
Yeah,
that,
I feel like that would kill the urge because you weren't nearly as hidden as you thought.
yeah, like I feel like that should be like, oh, y'all fucked up, you know? But to go back to masturbating after someone said, yo, stop masturbating is wild. That is like next level. Especially because I know Delta first class, you were sitting next to somebody. Like,
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
you know, like there's a passenger next to you that was like, yo, I can't enjoy first class like this. You know, I paid $3,000 for these seats, and all I got is a story about Desiigner rubbing one out next to me.
And I think most importantly, there's no way that he was being chill about rubbing one out because he absolutely was going, right? He clearly was making the Desiigner noise. Like there's no way he wasn't.
Oh man. We've learned a lot here.
We have.
There is a surprising amount of Vaseline you could get on a plane.
That's what I'm saying.
That
I
blows
know
my
the
mind.
amount, the small amount. I don't know how much you need for your what did you call it? Magic stick. But like I'm sure that's not gonna. I just feel there are other options. Than Vaseline. There are other options than Vaseline. I feel like, but also that means you had to go rooting around in your bag for it. Like I don't know.
Seriously, Timmy Turner. Put away the burner, okay?
Oh my God, yo. But if you think I'm not gonna listen to Panda for the rest of the day, you're wrong. Absolutely listening to Panda for the rest of the day.
If ever the broads in Atlanta have gotten more of their reputation is on max right now. You know, like they have kept this man under control for years. You know, he leaves Atlanta, broads don't travel with him. He can't keep it in his pants on a plane.
That's true. And you know what? Delta's hub is in Atlanta. They have a hub in Atlanta. They got a hub in Atlanta. I cannot apologize enough. I cannot apologize enough for that. I am so sorry.
Oh man, yo, you know what? I take it back. Shouts to Desiigner.
No, you always send shouts out to the worst things.
Being honest out here, living your true life. You know, he's just a man telling us his faults. You know.
Oh my God.
He's got things to work on.
Yeah.
You know.
Please, just I think I sat next to a dude close enough to a dude on a 13-hour flight. Like it's doable. You can go to sleep. It's fine. You can go to sleep.
Yeah.
They got movies from Japan. That's a long flight. There are plenty of movies they got on. You should be exhausted. You should be exhausted.
Oh man. Yo, prayers to Desiigner. You know what I mean? He needs them right now. Okay.
I guess so.
In other news, the Fugees have been all over the news this week as Fuji fans react to Praz admitting he was an FBI informant. That's right.
What? Hold on. Wait. I've had so much going on. I didn't even. I knew that there was something going on with Praz, but I didn't know what it was.
Fuji fans are calling out Praz Michael, who recently took the stand in his federal conspiracy trial and admitted to being an FBI informant. Back in March, Praz opened up to Rolling Stone about facing 22 years in prison for his alleged involvement in a money laundering scheme and association with a foreign country attempting to influence the U.S. government. Praz is accused of conspiring to make illegal campaign contributions using foreign funds, as well as witness tampering and failing to register as a foreign agent of the Chinese government. According to prosecutors, Praz donated a total of $1.1 million to Barack's 2012 campaign through the funds, though the funds were actually given by the Joe Lo, a Malaysian fugitive wanted for his connection to the One Malaysia Development Berhad scandal. Praz also contributed to Trump's campaign through love. What benefit would I get trying to break laws? It's not worth it to me, Praz told Rolling Stone. I'm like a pariah now. I got friends who won't talk to me because they think there's a satellite in orbit listening to them. None of your friends think that. Now fans of Praz and the Fugees are blasting the rapper for being an informant. When you consider Wyclef's charity scams, Praz being a Fed, Lauryn Hill's live performance grift, and John Forte's dope dealing with the Fugees camp. The Fugees camp is the first team all infamous, said a Twitter user. Yeah, this is out, Sha. My man Praz out here being
What?
the most, yo.
Wait. Okay, maybe I need to understand what it means that he was an informant. So was he telling the FBI of any shady shit he saw, or was he put in places because the FBI needed him to have eyes on things?
Yeah, I'm thinking that.
Okay. How long was he an informant? You know what I mean? Like, when did this start? Like, I don't, was this after the height of the Fugees?
Yeah, like, that's kind of what threw me off here, because, like, the Fugees were spectacular. I actually liked all of their music. Like, the first album was fire to me and just didn't get heard much. Second album was obviously the classic. But, like, after, like, 99, Praz is pretty much done in terms of music notoriety, right?
Right.
So, like,
after Ghetto Superstar.
Yeah, like, after Ghetto Superstar, when, like, everybody realized, like, oh, this is his song, but, like, no one remembers him on the song. Like, when that comes out, what makes the FBI think, yo, of all the rappers that could really help us get information, let's get the worst talented rapper possible who is probably done career-wise. That guy is going to be the one to infiltrate Chinese government for us.
Yeah, like, that doesn't, like, that don't make sense. So, to me, it's like, what, was he caught doing another thing?
I would assume so.
And they were like, okay, well, how about if you, what if under the guise of being Praz, you go to these places and you let us know what you see? But I'm also like, why would these other governments just have Praz walking around unless they think they got Wyclef? You know what I mean? Like, is there a world where there are other governments, other countries who are clamoring for Praz? And
yeah, you can imagine that there's a country where Praz is the famous Fuji.
I mean, look, there are, the other Black Eyed Peas,
yeah,
Appley Dapley, and the weird maybe Asian one, they're huge in wherever they're from. Appley Dapley or whatever his name is, he's Filipino.
Yeah,
he got a whole other life. I say his name wrong here because I think it's funny to me, But if I said it wrong in the Philippines, they will beat my ass. Because he is like huge. So there may be some, it turns out the world is huge, very big. There may be some small country somewhere where Praz is on their dollar. You know what I mean? Like, we don't know. We really don't know.
Yo, that is scary.
What is the information he's getting them, and how is he? And did it have anything to do with John Forte? Like that whole John Forte situation was real weird. I remember reading many things about that, and I'm like, I don't understand what's going on.
Yeah, I still think, like, I feel like John moved major weight.
Yes,
got caught,
and
he just did a ton of time because he
also talked himself up in a way that the people who were who were on the big old free John Forte tip were like Kennedys or some shit. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like they were all like Ivy League people who were like, but he's a good man. And I'm like, So he was able to play some sort of game or do some sort of thing. Ross? Like, like, are we?
You've seen him rap. You know that words aren't his strength. Okay?
No, I mean, but he figured out after that first album, they figured out what to do with Praz. Give him only 16 bars per song.
A year. You know,
give him that. And then we keep floating. He still gets a songwriting credit, and he's good. I don't know. This is a lot to take in. But also, who I am wondering about are all of the other rappers who are also FBI informants.
Yeah.
Who are like, why didn't that motherfucker keep his mouth shut? Now he out here crying. Now people are going to start digging. Now you're going to see there's one in every fucking crew.
Mm-hmm. I think.
Oh my goodness.
I think T.I. is an informant.
You think he's an informant?
Yeah.
I think he uses words like he wishes he was an informant.
I think T.I. got caught with too many guns.
Oh, you think that's why he's?
Yeah, I think.
I don't know.
He got back into something.
I think he. I don't think he was playing the long game.
Okay.
If he informed, I think maybe he told on who got him those guns in the moment.
Yeah.
But then they probably tried to milk him for more, and he was like, I literally have nothing else. Because I think he was really hurt.
Yeah.
Like his best friend, he saw his best friend murder. You know what I mean? Like he seems to be a very sensitive guy no matter what he puts out there. He seems to be not sensitive in a good way, just sensitive in like he takes offense easily.
Yeah.
And so I feel like he probably was very hurt because of his circumstances and was just like, I need to fucking stock up. And then there were people around him who helped him stock up. And then he got. And I think then he's saying on who he knew. But I don't think he knew anything more than what he knew. That's not like trying to let him off the hook or anything. I just don't think he dug that deeply into it.
T.I.'s in meetings like, you want to know who ghost writes? Like, I tell you. Like,
yeah,
that's
right,
all
I know. Everything I've said, Young Dro has written for me. But, like, I don't think he really had much because he was acting on pure emotion. I don't know. That's kind of the feeling I have.
Look at that. T.I., you could have learned from
but someone in that crew definitely was. I think there's someone in every crew.
Somebody out there snitching,
Yeah.
See who's doing them ad-libs. See if they really know you. You know what
I mean? Yeah, maybe we shouldn't have like huge groups like that or offshoots, I don't know.
Wu-Tang had too many members. There was definitely like informants in that group.
I mean, half of them must have been.
Yeah.
Right? Didn't they have an offshoot? What were the other ones? The killer.
They had a lot of people on the side. They had the little Jewish guy.
Was that his name?
There was like a little, there was a little Jewish redheaded rapper. He had a song called "Never Again," but I can't remember his name right now.
Oh, I don't know who that was.
But he was a Wu affiliate. You had Killer Priest. You had
Killer Priest.
There's the guy who cut his penis off. I don't remember his name.
What?
Yeah, there was
what?
There's a guy who cut his penis off. That's why I like when during that Chappelle sketch when he pretends to do it, he goes Wu-Tang during the stand-up set. That's why he says that, because he's referencing that guy that did that. Yeah, Wu-Tang has had a lot of members. Street Life. Who else is in there? Yeah, they've had some people. You got to assume one of those people is an informant.
Christ Bearer.
There you go.
I literally had to. I just Googled Wu-Tang penis.
Yo.
I just typed in Wu-Tang penis, and I've got Christ Bearer, a Wu-Tang Clan affiliated rapper who cut off his penis, got married in 2020.
That's beautiful. Oh,
Good for him.
There you go.
Wow. Okay.
That's a story. I like that. You know?
Oh, his penis was reattached after the incident.
Okay. Look at that.
Good for him.
Did that.
There's something to think about, Desiigner.
You can cut it off before every flight, okay?
Yeah. Just put it in a little case, a little lockbox.
You already got the Vaseline jar there, you know?
Just check your penis on the plane. Pick it up. Baggage claim, and you'll be fine.
Oh, man. Yo, my penis is in Jersey. You know, they keep losing my penis every flight. If you would like.
Oh, no. I'm very worried about our choices right now.
To have an AirPod, AirPod attached.
Oh, like an AirTag.
Yeah, the AirTag attached to the Designer's detachable penis. So he could travel safely. Mm-hmm. All you gotta do is like and subscribe to the show, baby.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
I'm telling you, it's a good move. If you're an Apple or Spotify listener, we appreciate your ratings. 4 stars. You don't think that Desiigner deserves to travel with the peace of mind of knowing that he won't be committing crimes in the airwaves.
Yeah, you just think he should lose his penis altogether. Which, honestly, not a bad...
Yeah,
I get it.
I gotta get it. You know what? I'll take the 4 stars on that one.
I will. If those are the conditions, I ain't mad at it. That seems fine.
5 stars, you understand that the AirTag will show you when said penis is in motion, and it can help prevent future Designer crimes. You know? Letting his people know when he's having a mental stressful day. You know?
Mental health is real, y'all.
Mental health is real, baby. It is actually real, just not when he says it.
Yeah. No matter what he says, it is a thing. Pray for yourselves, maybe. I don't know if Designer deserves ours, but you know.
Pray for the broads in Atlanta. That's what you got to do. This man ain't been harassing them for the last few years. If you have any articles you want us to cover, please DM us directly on Twitter and Instagram at Silky Jumbo or at Gastor Almonte. Shout outs this week to Denard, Philip Barnett, Lori McDaniel, and the roughly 70 of you who sent me the Bed Bath & Beyond article. I love all y'all.
All correspondents, all troops, all correspondents. Y'all were up for this particular mission. Y'all were on top of that.
With all that said, I am the Bed Bath outlasting. I am the only one left beyond, okay? Gastor Almonte. That's right, it's me. With the soon-to-be owner of roughly $70 million in left-handed spatulas. Shalewa Sharpe. That's right.
Yeah, if you think I won't sell them bitches online, you think again.
eBay millionaire coming soon. That's right. It's been a really odd episode of the War Report.
Really? It took a lot of turns.
Yeah. Catch y'all next time. Be mentally safe and healthy out there. All right?
Yeah.
Peace.